We are on chapter 21 of The Cage. It has been 4 months since Ulek and his sister, Fagel, were deported from the ghetto. As with all the others before them, there is no news. The mail to the ghetto has long since been stopped. Nothing comes in or goes out. Only people leave, and they never return. Deportation orders are speeding up. Daily bulletins are placed all over, in the shops, offices, on the street walls. Leave the ghetto as volunteers, they urge. You will get an extra loaf of bread. Families who leave together will remain together. It is a hard decision to make. Before our hungry eyes they are dangling extra bread. It is a bait to lure us out. Or are they sincere? We will stay together as families, as they promise? What are we to do? Questions, so many questions, but no answers. Some physically and mentally worn out, wanting to believe the daily bulletins that shouted us from every corner. Give in and report to the railroad station, a bundle on their shoulder and hope in their heart, trying to convince themselves it is the only way. Hans Bibau, the SS Ghetto commander, makes personal appearances at the large shops to present his point. It is a bright summer day, not a cloud in the sky. Bibau is coming to the tailor shop where I work. We are all ordered outside to listen to his speech. Surrounded by SS guards and ghetto officials, Bibau looks relaxed. He smiles and speaks calmly, softly. I came here today, ladies and gentlemen, because I am your friend. I care what happens to you all. You are very important to us. We need your skilled labor. We need your talents. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I personally urge you to report to the railroad station for resettlement to a different place of work. We are doing this to protect you from the Russians. The Russian army is coming close to Lodz. They will not think kindly of you. Remember, you made uniforms for the German army. They will punish you for working for us, but we do not want you to suffer. We need you all. We need your labor. You are good workers, and we are only moving you to a safer place so you can continue to work for us. We want to save you from the Russians because we need you. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. His voice is still soft and gentle, and his face is now covered with a broad smile. Trust me, please. I promise you, not a hair will be harmed on anyone's head. We will keep you together as families if you leave together as families. You can take whatever you can carry. You will have better working conditions. You will be safe. You will be happy. I promise you, we need you. He sounds so sincere, so honest, so caring. He leaves, still smiling and waving a friendly goodbye. We stand silent, bewildered. Then everyone starts speaking all at once, agitated. Maybe he is telling the truth. They do need our labor. Why would they want to harm us? He sounds so honest, but can we trust him? We cannot trust the Nazis. They are murderers. It is a trick. They want to make the deportation easier on them. It will save them the trouble of searching for the Jews if we come on our own. Do not listen to them, friends. Hide. Resist. Do not go freely. Hide? Where can we hide? Resist? With what can we resist? With what can we fight them? We may make it worse by trying to fight. We have no chance against them. We have no chance. Maybe the Germans are losing the war. Maybe they are becoming more human. Shouts all around me. Feverish, excited voices coming from all directions. Whom do I listen to? Who is right? Who is wrong? My face is hot, flaming from the inner turmoil. My head is buzzing. What shall we do? What shall we do? Riva! I hear a familiar voice. Mr. Birkenwald stands near me. Riva, do not trust the Nazis. Hide. Do not report to the railroad station on your own. Hide. Hide. Do not volunteer. Do not volunteer. Hide as long as possible. The message is quickly passed on. We stop going to work. We stay together with our families. Whatever happens, we'll be together. The Germans surround us and pull people from their homes into the waiting wagons. Screams and cries fill the warm summer air, and the sun does not stop shining. Our cellar is a busy place now. We keep blankets and pillows ready on the clay floor at all times. At the sound of German voices from far away, Motel, Mochiel, and I, and whoever happens to be in our house at the time, jump into our hideout. We curl up in the pitch darkness of the cellar like hunted animals and wait for the hunter to leave in search of other victims. The tension, the stress, the horror, it is nerve-wracking, it is unbearable. The nights are easier. They do not come at night. We use the peace of the night to check up on our friends. Who has been caught? Who has died? Who has managed to live another day? Our good friends Carola Mikita and her brother, Beryl, live only across the street with their mother. Their father was taken away during the horror caravan in 1940. Our friends, Leibisch Berkowitz and his sister, Rifkel, live in the next street. They lost their father during a Nazi ghetto raid at the time we lost our mother. They live with their mother, who looks upon me as one of her children. Her youngest child, Chanel, my best friend, died of tuberculosis about the same time as my little brother, Label. We are like a loving family, holding on to one another for strength and support. What shall we do? The food rations are running out. How can we survive without food? Should we report to the railroad station? Should we try to hold out a little longer? Maybe there is some hope if we are still here tomorrow. Maybe we try to stay in touch with our friends from the youth movement, but they have no answers either. Jews out! Jews out! The Nazis are back again. It is only dawn, but they are here already. They never come this early. Shouts, screams, outcries of pain fill the air. Moments of silence are followed by Jews out! Jews out! We sleep half-dressed, ready to hide in the moment we hear it. Jews out! Jews out! Motel, Moshiel, and I jump from our beds. In seconds, we are inside the dark cellar. Motel pulls the trap door, which is covered with a rug and located under the table. It is not an easy job to conceal our hideout from the Germans or ghetto police when they are searching the house. But we have had lots of practice. Motel pulls the covered trap door in moments. Precious moment. Jews out! Jews out! They are pounding at our door. Jews out! Jews out! The door is being kicked open. The wood is cracking under their heavy bolts. Footsteps are pounding over our heads now. We hear furniture being broken, closet doors being ripped open. Cursed Jews! They shout. They are not here. Jews out! Jews out! We hold one another's hands, digging into the flesh. We hardly breathe. I close my eyes and see Mama's face before me. Courage, children, courage. Finally, there is silence all around us. No more footsteps above our head. Are they gone? Is it only a trick? Are they there, waiting silently for us to betray ourselves? We do not move. The pounding of our hearts can almost be heard. My head is spinning. Like a broken record, the same thoughts keep going around in my mind. How many times do we have to hide like hunted animals? Will our hunters win their hunt? How much longer? How much longer? Forever? Forever? I think they left, Motel whispers in my ear. Do you think we can get out of this grave? No, no. I feel panic in my heart. My hands are shaking. No, no, let's not move yet. They may be waiting for us. Let's sit still and wait until we are sure. All right, he presses my hand. We'll sit and wait. All right. Cramped together, our arms around one another, we sit and wait. Not a sound is uttered. Has it been minutes? Hours? Days? A lifetime? Suddenly, we hear footsteps above us. Softly, carefully moving about. The table is being moved. We stop breathing. Is this the end for us? A familiar voice breaks the terrifying stillness. It is all right. They left. I came to see if you are all right. A warm, friendly hand reaches into the cellar. It is Leibisch. He has come to see if we survived the latest raid. We are all still here. They did not find any of our friends, he says quickly to answer the unspoken question. How much more, Leibisch? How much more? I whisper. He puts his arms around me. We must hold out. We must. Chapter 22. We live in constant terror of being caught and separated. The Nazis are emptying the ghetto quickly with brutal force. The food rations are running out. We have no weapons to fight them with. For 5 years, we have fought for survival and dignity, living like human beings in spite of the savagery around us. I looked at the closed curtains that hide the books, the source of our strength. They nourished our minds even when our bodies were withering. They helped us believe in a better tomorrow. What do we do with them? What will happen to the books now? As if reading my thoughts, Moshiel says, Riva, the books will survive. Knowledge cannot be killed. Look at these books. We have kept them from perishing in the flames for 5 years. They have kept us from perishing morally. They will survive. You are right, my dear brother. Ideas cannot be killed. The books carry the beautiful ideas of freedom, justice, brotherhood. The Nazis may destroy the books, but the wonderful ideas for a better world will survive. We'll let these books stay right here, on hidden shelves in an empty ghetto, to remind the Nazis of the spirit they could not destroy. I spoke to the others of our group last night, Motel says, his voice tired and low. He tries to stay in touch with all of our friends. He was almost caught several times during the raids, trying to help others stay alive another day. I often wonder where his determination to live comes from, but his voice sounds strange now, beaten. We have no choice. We have no food. The Nazis will find us soon. There are not too many people left in the ghetto. This makes it easier for them to round up the ones who are still holding out, like us. If they find us, we may lose our lives. We have no choice. His eyes are so full of pain and anger. We must remember, we tried to resist as long as we could. We resisted every way possible. If we stay here, we will die. But we want to live. We must live. The only chance to survive may be coming out of hiding on our own. We will have to hope that we will stay together if we go together to the railroad station. We look at one another, searching for reassurance, for a glimpse of hope, for strength. I turn to the window to hide my tears. It is a beautiful, sunny August day. When are we leaving? Moshiel asks, trying hard to control his emotions. We have to pack some things to take with us. If we are still here tomorrow morning, Motel says slowly, Carola, Beryl, and their mother, Miss Mikita, Labish, Rifkel, and their mother, Mrs. Bertrovich, will all come here. We will all leave together as a family. We must hope that we will remain together. We must hope. What do we take, Riva? Moshiel pulls me away gently from the window. We cannot give in to despair. It will not help. Remember, if hope is lost, all is lost. If hope is lost, all is lost. I repeat after him. I look around me, taking in the familiar surroundings of our home. Every detail, every corner. This will all have to live in my memory until we return. I want to take everything with me on our journey, all those precious details. I must carry them in my heart. In our hands, we can carry only our personal belongings. What do we pack? Where are we going? For how long? How do we walk out with only a bundle in our arms? Should we take some family pictures? Moshiel asks, looking lovingly at Mama's portrait hanging on the wall. She looks so beautiful, her dark hair parted in the middle, a gentle smile on her lips, her blue eyes so soft and dreamy. Well, just a few, I say, looking at Mama's portrait. Maybe we will find her somewhere on our journey, alive and well. Maybe she is waiting for her children with outstretched arms. If hope is lost, all is lost. I hear Mama's voice. Motel pulls open drawers filled with my poems, my journal, my letters to our mother, sisters, and brother. He looks at me. Riva, I think we should take all your work with us. It may be safer with us than left behind in the house. I glance at the written pages lying neatly in the drawer, waiting to tell the story of our struggling for life, for dignity. Motel, we cannot take all my work. We must not. If Mala, Chanel, and Yankel should return home before we do, they will at least have something to welcome them. These writings will bring them regards, loving regards from their sister and their brothers. They will learn what has happened to Mama and to Label. They will know that they were always with us in our hearts. And, if we cannot return, this will be our legacy. Riva, remember, if hope is lost, all is lost, Motel and Moshiel say in one voice. I remember, I whisper, while packing my journal carefully into my bag of clothes to take on our journey to the unknown. Chapter 23. Hang on, I'm gonna get a drink. And I'm back. Chapter 23. We spend the night talking. Sleep will not come. We wait for a miracle to end this nightmare, but no miracle comes. The sun rises warm and bright. The bloody Nazi raids begin again. A knock on the door. Our hearts skip a beat. Do not be afraid, children. It is Chanel's mummy. Open up, please. I hear a soft, familiar voice. Chanel's mummy. As if we would not know her as Mrs. Borowkovich. She is always Chanel's mummy, even though her Chanel is gone, dead. Motel opens the door. Mrs. Borowkovich, her daughter, Rifkel, and her son, Labish, the remnants of a large family, stand in the doorway with bundles under their arms. Mrs. Borowkovich, is only in her 40s, but she looks so much older now. She stretches her arms towards me. My dear little girl, my dear child. I wonder if she's speaking to me or to her Chanel. I hold tightly to her and feel my mother's arms around me. Riva, Mrs. Borowkovich whispers, I hope we will always be together. You are all my children. I cannot live without my children. I feel a lump in my throat. I remember Mama. She too spoke those words, only a few weeks before the Nazis took her from us. I swallow hard. We must hope, Mrs. Borowkovich. We must hope. Borowkovich. We must hope. She touches my hair with trembling hands. My Chanel always had hope. She speaks as if to herself. My Chanel always had hope. She waited hopefully for the day when we would be freed, for the day when she would be well. The day never came. She is in a cold, dark grave now, and I am going away, leaving her all alone here. Who will cry at her grave now? Who will sit at her grave and speak to her when I am gone? Her tears pour freely over her dried-out cheeks. And your little Label, who will come to his grave? We are leaving these children behind. It is only for a while, Mamma. It is only for a while. Labish puts his arms around her. She buries her gray head in his chest, sobbing violently. He kisses her head softly. Slowly, we take our bundles in our hands, trying to prolong the departure. Again, my eyes rest on the bookshelves. They will survive. Moshiel's words echo in my ears. They will survive. We lock the door and walk slowly outside the building in deadly silence, like a funeral procession. Carola, Beryl, and their mother are waiting in the street for us. We felt it would be easier on all of us just to meet in the street and go, Beryl says, as if apologizing for not coming into the house. Let's go. From other buildings, small groups of people with bundles on their shoulders or in their arms are slowly moving into the street. We are not the only ones still here. We are not the only ones leaving today. I see an old friend of the family. He is a tailor. On his shoulder he carries the head of a sewing machine. He approaches our group. I stare, speechless, at the sewing machine on his shoulders. All machines had to be surrendered to the Nazis long ago. I held on to the head of the machine. I kept it hidden. He answers my unspoken question. I kept it for the day when there is a world again and I have to start a new life. What is a tailor without a sewing machine? But I figure it may help me now to have a machine. Maybe I will get a better job if I bring my own tools. We all walk together. Shots echo from the distance. A parade of ghosts marches through their city of death. Empty homes bid us their last goodbye. 24. The railroad station is packed with people. Bundles, sacks, cartons, neatly tied packages all around us. A whole city is leaving on a mass pilgrimage. Where to? Where are we all going? What is the name of the place? Does anyone know? Please stay together, Motel urges us. Let's not lose one another in this crowd. Children, my dear children, hold on to one another. Please, Mrs. Borokovich. We must stay together, children. We must. On the tracks, freight trains are waiting. They are cattle cars. Why cattle cars? Someone asks, full of panic. We will suffocate in there from the heat. It is mid-August. The heat will kill us. What did you expect? I hear another voice. You thought they would send us first class? To them we are animals, one voice cuts in sarcastically. Besides, they want to make sure that these animals cannot escape. They need our hands to make them uniforms. They need our skilled labor. Keep still. Keep quiet. Do not push. You will all get into the wagons. We have plenty of trains for you, called the guards. I look around me, search for familiar faces. We wave goodbye to people we know. They wave back. Eyes meet, petrified, aghast. What choice do we have? What can we do other than to go into the cattle cars? We have no way out, no choice. People all around me, desperately trying to find an answer, clinging to tiny sparks of hope, optimistically spreading rumors. They stopped the deportation. The Russian front is too close. They are sending us back home. They need us. They will not hurt us as long as they need our labor. But the trains keep filling up with people. Each wagon is locked. One train pulls away, another pulls up, ready to be loaded. We wait our turn, holding on to one another. Next, hurry up, get your bundles, move, move, get into the wagons. You there, hurry, you stupid Jews. They are calling our group. Panic seizes me. This is it. We are going into the cattle cars for a journey into the unknown. The guards are getting very impatient. They are already bored with the game of loading Jews into the wagons. They are angrier and louder now. Jew, make it faster. Labish is helping his mother up into the wagon. She slips. He pulls her quickly into the wagon before the whip of the angry Nazi can touch her body. You cursed old Jew, the Nazi guard shouts, swinging his whip in all directions. We move fast, trying to duck the whip. So many families are being separated. We must try to stay together. We must try. We are at the end of the line. The train is almost full. Whatever happens, please let us stay together, I pray silently. Just let us be together. Someone reaches up to help me into the cattle car. Motel and Moshiel are behind me, lifting me up. They jump in after me. Are we all here? I call out to Labish. Yes, we all made it into the same wagon. There is Carola, Beryl, Mrs. Makita, my mother, and my sister. He points to the corner of the car. Let's try to make our way towards them. We squeeze through the crowded wagon. We sit down on the floor. worn out from the horrible ordeal, but relieved to all be together again. We can hardly move our arms. We are just like one big mass of tired flesh, hot and steaming. The doors are about to close. I hear someone scream, "I am a part of a family! Don't leave me behind!" "Here, stay with your family!" I hear a sarcastic remark in German, and someone is pushed into the wagon. The doors close. We are all in total darkness. Some cry out hysterically. Others pray aloud. Slowly, my eyes penetrate the darkness. From some cracks in the walls, rays of light break through, throwing ghastly shadows on our terrified faces. "Is this what a grave feels like?" Someone wonders aloud. "In a grave you have more room than this," a sobbing voice answers. "We must have hope. We must not give up hope." I hear a voice from the other end of the wagon. "Remember all the Hammonds who tried to destroy our people. We survived. God will not abandon us now. He will not forsake us. Hope, people, hope." "Oh, he's lost his mind completely," someone responds. I cannot see any faces. They are all covered in darkness. I only see shadows around me, but the voices are clear, painfully clear. "So, where is God? Why does he not answer us? Have we not suffered enough? What is he waiting for?" "You are sinning with that kind of talk. We must pray, pray." "Maybe I have sinned. But what about my little children? What sins can little children commit? They were only babies. Why did they take them from us? Why did God allow this to happen?" Bitter voices, angry, heartbroken, wailing. We sit huddled together, listening to the voices around us. Miss Borokovich puts her head on her daughter's lap, mumbling something to herself. Rifkel caresses her mother's head, whispering, "It's all right, Mama." "Riva." Motel turns towards me, taking my hands in his. His voice sounds so strange. "Riva, they may separate us. They may separate the men from the women. Remember, if this happens, stay with Carola and Rifkel. You must look out for one another. You must be strong. We must live. We must survive. I'll take care of Moshiel, I promise. Leibish, Beryl and I are the older boys. We'll keep Moshiel between us so he'll look older than 13. We'll take care of Moshiel, I promise you." I pull them both close to me. We cry silently together. Mrs. Borokovich raises her head from her daughter's lap. "I will watch over my children. I will watch over my children," she says with sudden determination. "Don't worry, my children. Don't worry." Moshiel turns suddenly toward Rifkel. He puts his hand on Rifkel's shoulder. "Rifkel, please take care of my sister," he says. "You are the oldest of the girls here. You are their big sister. Riva is not very strong. She always had us to watch over her. We are leaving her in your hands. Please look after her." "I will, Moshiel, I will," she whispers softly. Days turn to nights, and nights into days again. The cracks in the walls let in some rays of sunlight to tell us it is a new day. The rays of moonlight coming through the cracks let us know it is night again. We doze, resting our heads on one another's shoulders. Awaken, startled by nightmares, to find that the nightmares are real. The stench of human secretion mixed with the sweltering heat makes it hard to breathe. The buckets used as toilets are overflowing. People faint from the smell, from the heat, from exhaustion. The train stops several times, but no doors are opened. How much longer? How much more can we endure? Hold on. Do not give up. We will survive. Voices of strangers, trying to comfort one another, searching for the courage to stay alive. It has been 3 long, horrible days and 3 terrifying nights. Where are we going? Where are we going? The train stops. The doors finally open. The sudden sunlight is blinding, but our ears are filled with music. Music all around us. Where are we? What is this place? "Welcome to Auschwitz, Jews!" A German voice comes through the loudspeaker. "Welcome to Auschwitz, Jews!" The living crawl out. The dead are pulled out. And we finished part of book 1. We will start part 2 shortly.